Hey guys, Alan Stillwell from Stillwell Performance here. We decided to shoot a YouTube on our linkage guard because we're getting so many calls from you guys wanting to know what's the story on it, what does it do, how can I adjust it, what bikes does it fit. So hopefully I can answer a lot of your questions here. A little bit of history on this. In 2011, when the first KTM linkage bikes came out, my buddy Tester Tim and I were up in the Colorado high country. We're riding and came across some downed aspens, and I went to wheelie the logs just like in the old days on the PDS bikes and managed to stick the linkage on my 350 right into a green aspen and flip me over the bars. So that night, over a couple of cold beverages, I sketched out the linkage guard. And not being a machinist, I went to Lynn Hodges, the owner of Fastway, who's been a good friend and supporter of Stillwell Performance for years. And we struck up a partnership to make this product, and it's become very, very popular. It's really the gold standard that you can see on Taddy and Graham Jarvis, Factory KTM, Factory Husky, and riders from all over the world that range from motocrossers all the way to extreme guys. So that's how this thing came to be. We make the product now for all the major brands. You can check it out at stillwellperformance.com, grab one up. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the product and how you can adjust it and what the benefits are for your bike. So it comes packaged just like this. You'll buy the product with 4 pucks, as we like to call them. They're eccentric inserts that go into the back of the linkage guard, which this is a better look at it right here. The way this works is you'll take these eccentric pucks and put them in place, and that'll dictate just how long this pull rod will be on the bike. And that, of course, is going to change how the bike responds in tight woods or faster conditions. So I've colored these dots blue for the purpose of this so you can actually see them a little bit better. You'll see that we have 1 dot on one end, 4 dots on the other, 2 dots on one end, 3 dots on the other. What these correspond to, like I said before, is the overall length of the guard. So 1 dot indicates stock for your bike, whether it's a KTM, a Husky, a Beta, Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki. This will be known as stock, and when you put it on in that with that length, you'll notice no differences in the handling changes of the bike. You'll certainly be protecting, the lower linkage from rocks and roots and things like that, and that can be a pretty expensive proposition to fix that alone. So if you go to 2 dots, you're essentially making this arm 0.66 millimeters longer. And what that does is 2 things. It'll start to drop the seat height a little bit, and it will also let you stiffen the initial part of the shock without having to adjust it. So as this arm gets longer, and as we go from 2 to 3 to 4 marks on our pucks here, you'll find that the seat height will go down and the initial part of the suspension stroke will actually become stiffer. So with 4 pucks in place, you'll get an approximate 1/2 inch to 5/8 lowering at the back of the seat. We sell a lot of these to customers simply for the lowering aspects of it, and it's a great way to get some seat height reduction on your bike. Let me tell you a little bit about how I would adjust this. So for tight woods, Endurocross, anything where you need to make a lot of 90 to 180 degree turns, National Enduro, tighter hair scrambles, like I said, off-road stuff like Endurocross, I'd highly recommend you run on position 1 or position 2. After you get from position 2 into position 3, you'll find that the bike will feel a little bit more stretched out because you're lowering the back of the bike and you're stiffening the initial shock stroke. You'll find that this will be good for faster hair scrambles, more open terrain. A lot of GNCC guys run position 2 and position 3. It gives them a little bit more straight line stability, kicks the front end out a little bit. So as you're going through sand whoops and higher speed terrain, the bike will feel more stable. And then position 4, we have a lot of National Hare and Hound guys and desert guys that'll run this. They don't necessarily want the lower seat height. They don't see that necessarily as the advantage to running in position 4, but the stability of the bike is great for them. And with the initial part of the suspension stroke stiffening up, that's also a benefit as you're pounding across sand whoops going 50, 60, 70, or if you're destry, like 80 miles an hour. So that's a little bit of an overview of what the Linkage guard does. It's made out of an 8-pound block of high-grade aluminum. It's amazing to watch these products being made at Fastway. I've always thought Fastway has some of the best CNC work and anodizing work that you'll find, and been really excited to work with these guys on this product. So for the 2015s, both on the KTMs and the Husqvarnas, we've actually made the Linkage guard even lighter. You'll see some recesses in here, and we'll also be coming out very shortly with a replaceable high-impact plastic skid that goes along the bottom of the Linkage guard, so there won't be any aluminum sliding across anything. It'll all be high-impact plastic. That'll be a part that'll be available for all of them at some point, and it will be replaceable as well. So stay tuned to our website for more information on that. But give us a call at the shop, 866-460-0896 if you have more questions. Be happy to talk to you about the Linkage guard, and get out there and ride and keep it pinned.